The information that you give this committee cannot be used against you in any courts of law. But if you wish to mislead the committee, the same Cap 12 can be used against you. But I have no doubt the OPS and with this delegation, they can come here and mislead the committee. And on that score, you can do your submission. Thank you, PS.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. Memorandum by the Permanent Secretary to the Committee on Cabinet Affairs on the Land Perpetual Succession Bill of 2026. Chairperson, I wish to express my sincere appreciation for the opportunity to appear before this honorable committee. It is a privilege I hold in high regard and a responsibility I do not take lightly. Chairperson, allow me to present to you a motion on the ramification of the Land Perpetual Succession Bill of 2026. In June 2023, Chairperson, the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources began the process of amending the Land Perpetual Succession Act. This is legislation that governs perpetual succession in relation to the land ownership by institutional entities such as societies, churches, non-governmental organizations, NGOs, and communities of persons. It establishes a clear and structured legal framework that enables societies, churches, non-governmental organizations, and other similar entities to register a trust through which they may legally acquire, hold, manage, and dispose of land. This is particularly important for organizations that operate beyond the lifespan of individual members and require continuity in ownership and administration of property. Chairperson, the Land Perpetual Succession Act lacked certain safeguards, thereby making it vulnerable to abuse by unscrupulous individuals and entities that may seek to exploit trusts as vehicles for money laundering and terrorist financing activities. This creates a need for a strengthened legal and regulatory framework to close such gaps. Hence, through consultations, it was resolved to be repealed and replaced, giving rise to the Land Perpetual Succession Bill, National Assembly Bill 66 of 2026. Chairperson, the Land Perpetual Succession Bill number 66 of 2026 plays a critical role in safeguarding the continuity of property ownership by preventing disruptions that may arise from changes in membership or leadership within organizations. Chairperson, the bill seeks to modernize and strengthen the legal framework governing land held in perpetuity, particularly with respect to the continued existence, management, and the transfer of interest in land by entities whose existence extends beyond the lifespan of natural persons. This will be achieved through the following objects. A. Provide for the incorporation of a purpose of perpetual succession to land. B. Provide for the appointment, powers, and duties of trusts of a registered trust. C. Give effect to the Financial Action Task Force recommendations relating to beneficial ownership, transparency of registered trusts. D. Repeal and replace the Land Perpetual Succession Act. And E. Provide for matters connected with or incidental to the foregoing provisions. The Land Perpetual Succession Bill, NAB 66 of 2026 seeks to enhance transparency and accountability by enabling government institutions, law enforcement agencies, financial institutions, and other competent authorities to access accurate information on the beneficial ownership and control of trusts. In doing so, it will strengthen regulatory oversight and reduce opportunities for the misuse of trust structures. Chairperson, in conclusion, the enactment of this bill presents a progressive step towards strengthening land administration in Zambia. It promotes continuity of ownership, enhances investor confidence, improves governance, and ensures that the legal framework remains responsive to evolving social, economic, and global financial standards. Furthermore, it promotes clarity, legal certainty, accountability, and effective governance in the administration of such land holdings while addressing identified weaknesses in the current legal regime. Chairperson, I thank you.
Thank you very much, witness, for your submission. On that score, I invite honorable members to interact with us. Honorable members, Honorable Kalila.
Thank you very much, Chair. So I noticed that first of all, I have two small questions. Are you the sponsoring ministry of this bill? That's the first question. Secondly, in the development of this bill, by yourselves or by any other entity, were you part of the consultative processes that took place? Okay. And then lastly, just for avoidance of doubt, are you wholly in support of this bill and therefore calling on this committee to support it as it is? Or if there are any amendments or changes you would like to propose? Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much, Honorable Dr. Kalila, for those questions. We are going to go by that, take those three, and then we'll get other questions. You can proceed, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Chair. I am accompanied by my colleagues, so they may also be asked to chip in. But in terms of the first question as to whether the ministry is a sponsoring ministry, yes, Honorable, the ministry is a sponsoring ministry of the. Number two, whether the ministry was part of consultations. I wish to indicate that yes, indeed, the ministry was part of the consultation process. In terms of whether the ministry supports wholly the bill or would want to make changes, I would want to ask the colleagues I've come with to comment on this. I'll start with Director Lanz.
No problem.
Thanks very much, Chair. I wish to submit that we list for support wholly of this bill, because
let me mention it to you that we are online, so this is for the people.
yes.
You need to.
All right. Thanks very much. Thanks very much. We wish to state that we support wholly as it is, and wish to solicit for support from honorable members, realizing that this is an act which is administered by our ministry in terms of processing of these trusts. As you may be aware, the trust certificate, once issued, is signed by the Minister of Lands. And once issued, it means that these institutions mentioned by the PS in this document can now acquire pieces of land on 99 security of land ownership by these institutions. And since dealing with land, you may notice that there is an issue of the fear of people just for purposes of laundering money and for purposes of committing illegalities. And this bill for us, if supported and deals with this danger that we see now, we therefore ask and want it to be supported wholly. Thank you.
Thank you so much for those answers. I just want to draw you, the witness, to one area. You know, these conflictual issues can arise more, especially outside one institution which you have part to this bill, is the churches. There, the prominence of conflictual matters arising are quite high, especially that churches, they acquire land under the name, for example, of a pastor. It goes on. If that pastor dies, he wants, the son wants to take over and all those things. I think you can see how these conflicts can arise even to the membership. Now, having introduced this bill as a ministry, what sensitization have you done, or is there any program that you have done deliberately as a ministry to sensitize the people, especially churches? Because that's where we will see this problem. Some of them, even as these laws are being brought on board to service the community, they are not aware. So what have you done as the ministry? You can go ahead with that question.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair, for that question. I would want to mention that in terms of sensitization, I think as a ministry, we've done quite sensitization programs, but in terms of maybe specific details, I would again want to ask my colleagues I'm with, maybe give further feedback. Director Planning, would you?
Thank you, Chair. Like the acting PS has just stated, when the gaps were noted in this bill, we did consultations with stakeholders, and through that, submissions were made, or stakeholders were sensitized, and it is through that we realized that for sure this bill needs to be strengthened, like my colleague mentioned, to avoid issues like money laundering. Also to strengthen issues of ownership. You know, as a human being, we have a lifespan, but the ownership of these parcels should continue. Hence, there's need for a bill which should safeguard the continuity in terms of ownership. So those, so to speak, which we are lacking. And through consultations, like I said, it was sensitized to the stakeholders, and most of the stakeholders were in support. I submit.
Thank you. On the same score, I want to find out from you, there are models of sensitization that you are able to employ, especially pertaining to this bill. What models of sensitization did you do pertaining to this bill? Because I know this bill going forward, if not well sensitized, I think you get what I'm trying to say. If people are not well sensitized, you will see a lot of issues arising. So what models that really was used to do the sensitization?
Thank you very much, Chair. Once again, I would want to ask Director Planning to comment.
Chair, I think the mode of sensitization which took place, like I mentioned, was, should I say, physical meetings with stakeholders. We met stakeholders over the same, and stakeholders also did submit their submissions towards this bill. I submit.
I will pose a question. How did you reach, for example, like the pastors who have got churches in Kalasakando village? How that information to a villager in Kalasakando to say this is the new law, although you just had to do at the elite level? Because if you miss those who are at the elite level in these pastoral duties, you leave out those who are at that level. There are levels in churches, just like the way there are levels in any type of organizations. I want to know the model of sensitization that you did to those who are doing these pastoral duties in rural communities.
Thank you very much, Chair. I don't know, Director Lands or Planning?
Thank you, Chair. Let me put it this way. I think the reaching out to the stakeholders was through, should I say, like mother bodies or representatives of those organizations. It was going to be difficult to see individual people, maybe because of resource implications, but these mother bodies, so to speak, were representing the masses.
Okay, thank you very much. What I get from you and your team is that can we do more sensitization? This is a good safeguard law that is coming, but from what I see is that more sensitization needs to be done. As much as you have engaged these stakeholders, that's why I've said there are levels. That's why I asked engage those who are at the grassroots. I'm just starting a church as a pastor. I need to know this information to say, as I put up this church, it doesn't belong to me. There is a law in place. Can we, what my suggestion is that, PS, can we do more sensitization to the people, especially don't target the elites. The elites, those who are at that elite level, they know what is supposed to be done. Some, they have even read the act and they are able to adjust quickly. But those who are at the grassroots level, can we see more sensitization, especially on the radio is one model. You can also use the television. We see your PR there talking about this bill. And this is the reason why at times some laws people come to say, even if he's arrested, he commits an offense, he will start saying, I don't know that there was that law. So can we start from now going forward in order to help our people to understand what we are doing in terms of our governance systems? Honorable members, any questions? We are interacting with the witness lands. There is none. Okay. Of course, this is a straightforward bill. Witness, what we your last words, if any.
Thank you very much, Chair, and thank you for the interventions you've made. I just want to, as a matter of fact, we've continued with sensitization, but obviously we will endeavor to enhance engagement, especially with the lower level, so that everyone is taken on board in terms of knowing what we are trying to achieve by looking at this act. I thank you, Chair.
Anything, permanent witness?
Nothing, Honorable Chair. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. On that score, I think the PS and the team, the director planning, and other colleagues that side, I think I remain with only one task, is to withdraw that little immunity that you were given, meaning once you leave this place, whatever you say out there, you are on your own. But you enjoy the greater immunity as the citizen of Zambia, and we appreciate your coming. And one item which I want also just to say is what Dr. Kalila said, is that when you are changing in terms of the principal officer, make sure that you inform Secretariat Parliament. And like you just come and report to us, PS is out. Procedure is supposed to be adhered to. This is Parliament where laws are made. So you are supposed to write from the ministry to Secretariat informing us the reasons why the principal officer is not here, and then we pick it up from there. Thank you so much, and thank you for coming.
Thank you, Chair.
Natural resources led by the acting permanent secretary, Mr. Kasonde Mwila, has made their appearance before the committee, and they were making a submission for the consideration of the Land Perpetual Succession Bill, National Assembly Bill number 66 of 2026, to the Committee on Cabinet Affairs. And the committee continues receiving submissions from various witnesses, and the witnesses are making submissions to various bills that are before the committee. And so the next witness that is expected to appear before the committee is the National Institute of Public Administration, and they will be making a submission that's to the National Institute of Public Administration Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 60 of 2026. Keep watching Parliament Television.
Hello and welcome to Healthcare, a program that focuses on our health and well-being. I am your host, Tazat Piri, and today we will be discussing gastritis. It's something that has become very common in our society today, and gastritis is actually a painful inflammation of the stomach lining. And to help us discuss further, I'm joined by Mr. Blessing Spiri, who works as a clinical officer at Bowling Clinic. How are you, and welcome to the program.
Thank you so much for having me, and I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. So let's get started.
Welcome, witness, once more to your Committee on Cabinet Affairs.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Of course, before we proceed, as per procedure, we have to know each other, and starting with, after which the ones will introduce themselves, and Secretariat. You can proceed with your introduction, sir.
Thank you so very much, Chair and Honorable Member. This is Professor Jacob Malungo. I'm the Executive Director for National Public Administration, generally known as NIPA. I've come along with my colleague. He can also mention his name. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chair. Naslere, Brian Naslere is my name. I'm the Registrar and Board Secretary for the National Institute of Public NIPA. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Honorable members, introduction.
Thank you, Chair.